Hi everybody. Morning Jean. Hi Di. How are you today? It's very dark here today. They keep on promising rain, but it didn't rain yesterday. I like rain. You wouldn't think that you'd say that in this country, would you? But we desperately need it. Morning Susan. So we're actually live on YouTube and Facebook at the moment. Hi Caroline. Hi Elaine. Hi Judy. Hi Sandy. So I don't want to just because there's only me. I can't really be looking at my computer and giving you links and things. So I'm just, because I'm using the Notebook Botanicals, I'm just going to give you the link to where you'll find them on my website, and then that's probably the last link I'll give you. You had rain, Jean. Wow, you lucky person. Because I want to just concentrate on the demo rather than keep on flitting through my computer, because that's going to get pretty annoying. Hi Alice. Let's see. Have I missed anybody? Hi Karen. Hi Grace. Grace is saying she's remembered and she's got no visitors. Well, just kind of turn your phone off, shut all your curtains, don't put any lights on, and just don't answer the door. Okay, so I'm going to shut my laptop. If we get any trolls, hopefully, or hopefully we won't, and I can deal with that. So let's get rid of that and say hello everyone. So, oh, is it? Oh, so yes. So Grace has said the sound is bad on Facebook, so she's swapping to YouTube. Got Vanessa and Edith on YouTube. Janice on Facebook. Actually, I'm going to write this down because I forget. So red is YouTube and blue is Facebook. That's just for me because you can't see the different colours, but I can see the different colours. Hi Judy. Right, okay, so we're going to focus on the Notebook Botanicals, and we're going to do something different with them rather than just put them on cards. I've got a plan in my mind, but we might not actually finish anything. So yeah, Di says hers sounds okay on Facebook. I think it just depends on where you are, what your Wi-Fi is like. It's just hit and miss, isn't it, everywhere? So I know Phil had quite a few problems, didn't he? Grace is on YouTube now. Right, so yeah, we're going to concentrate on the Notebook Botanicals. I do have everything in stock on my website, which I put the link on both earlier on, except for the wings. I don't have the wings. I've run out of those at the moment. Right, so just to think about doing something different, I did post onto my page and into the Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours Facebook group. I did post these the other day, and these are, I have a bit of a tidy out, as you'll know from all the homework boxes. And I found these from when Phil was with Creative Expressions, and this is called Timeless. It's an 8x8 paper pad, and Phil did do some marvellous papers back then. Not that he doesn't now, but we forget, I think. And so I thought, well, I've got these little scraps. I've got bigger scraps than that. I've got these little scraps. What can I do with them? And this is the A6. This one is called Tranquility, and I've just stamped and embossed it onto a piece of the paper. This is the green one, obviously, and embossed it in white. And then I thought, oh, I've got some brown as well, so I put the gold on there as well. I mean, those could go on cards if you wanted them to, or you could punch holes in them and put them in a notebook. There are lots of things that you can do with them. But yeah, and there's loads of papers like this he did. Chic Floral would be another one that'd be a really nice one to stamp onto, I think. So yeah, do look out, but don't forget that you've also got the papers that he's been doing recently. So you've got things like your Rococo papers. Oh, you've got the Aurora, you know, the plainer ones. You've got those limited edition ones that he did as well. So they're all going to work with the Notebook Botanicals. And they'll work with your big backgrounds as well. So don't forget your big backgrounds will look good on a pattern paper too. So I just wanted to mention that. Get rid of that and put that on my big pile of stuff I haven't got rid of yet. So let's stamp one. What have I done with that piece of paper? Where is it? I'm going to drop myself lots. Oh, there it is. Right. So this is just a piece of card that I've just found. I don't know what it is, but it's just a stamp on. And you can see I've got these holes in here. Now this is for my happy planner. So you can actually do some stamping and pop things in your happy planner. So let's just do a page. Like I say, I'm going off piece. I'm just making these things up just to give you some ideas of what you can do. Has anybody got a happy planner? Well, maybe people on Facebook and on YouTube are saying that they love those papers and wish you'd do them again. Maybe he'll do something along those lines again. He might do. I don't know if he's watching. He did say he'd share this into the group, so if it's not shared already, can somebody put it into the group, please? So which one should we do? Let's do Serenity. And with our A6, and obviously this is going to be bigger, but we can expand it so that it doesn't look ridiculous in my Happy Planner. Happy Planner is an American company. I've got quite a few. I use the notebooks a lot. Let's see if we can get this straight. Ish. Yeah, I do use the notebooks an awful lot. Because you can just take the pages out and pop them in all over the place and swap them between notebooks, and you can put the notebook pages in your bigger planners, and yeah, I as a system I think it's really good. And if you've got the punch like I have, of course you have to have it, you're good to go. So Ronnie's got one, so here we are. This is for Ronnie then. I'll give you some more ideas as well. I'm not just doing planners. This is just to show you how you can extend the page. So we're going with Nocturne Versafine Clay, nice juicy ink pad, and you will find them on my website. Just a reminder for those people that don't know where I am, that's where I am. And I'm sure there aren't any of our American friends watching this early in the morning for them, but obviously I only ship to UK addresses. Let's get rid of that. Ah, Mr. M's watching. Give it a good old press. Obviously it's a little bit grungy, so it doesn't matter if we miss a little bit. I do want that to be dark. I've been doing a lot of stamping just recently, and although I've re-inked this, I think it needs re-inking again. They're never quite the same. Even if you re-ink them, it's never quite the same as if you just get a new one out. It's really weird. Not that you can buy the re-inkers at the moment. My stockist just doesn't have them. Okay, so that's a bit darker, so that's cool. Right. I'll fetch that off there in a minute. Oh, I shouldn't show you that really. That's got stamps on you shouldn't be looking at. I'll get another piece of paper out in a minute. Right, okay, so now let's just, because that looks a little bit lost on there at the moment. So let's expand that. So let's go into our textures, which I've got in my tray here somewhere. I'm driving myself nuts at the moment because I have a tidy up and then I can't find anything. It's all right, Kathleen. Right, so we can extend this. So we've got this kind of this kind of thing. This kind of, it could be snow. I don't know what it is, but we can expand it out. So we can just follow the design that we've got here if we want to extend it. Let's get a piece of paper as well. I found lots of paper on my tidy up. So I don't have to clean up. So let's expand. Let's do it this way. Over the edge. So I'll go for one at the top. Don't want to do them all the same. And then we'll have my favourite splat ever. Just love that splat. It's a bit too samey, isn't it? Let's break that up a bit. Oh, thank you, Di. That means a lot. So let's grab some more circles. All about the layers. This one's got circles as its image, so we'll kind of stay within that. So we're going off the page a bit. Let's see if we can. I haven't tried this before. I'm just winging it, as you do. We've got some extra lines here. I need a bigger block. So we should be able to put some extra lines down here. Oh, I know you can't see that. Wait on. I never put my camera in the same place all the time. This is a grid block from Mr. Holt's from a very long time ago, but I like it because it's got lines. When you've got something that you want to be straight, it's invaluable. I might just re-ink that while we're waiting. And that can sink in while I'm stamping this. Of course, because I've done that twice, it's not going to be as dark. I should have gone over a bit. Right. I know I've got to wait. Oh Jean, you're so funny. Jean's quoting Tina Turner songs at me. Right. How am I going to do this thing? Because this line is on this side. I can fix that, don't worry. This line's on this side. That's better. Okay. What's going up there? That's going to bug me. So I'll deal with that in a second. I shouldn't be mixing my squares and my circles really, should I? Let's try not to. I can see we're having a Tina Turner session now, aren't we? Let's get rid of that. It's very dark now and I'll re-inked it. Let's have one of those up there. See if I can use virtually every stamp in the set. I do love this set. It's absolutely brill. Oh, what's that one do? Another splat. Oh, we've got some more what's it thingies there. Let's have that what's it thingy there. I like rivets. Rivet, rivet, rivet. Do need something else up the other side. Bear with. What are we going to have up there? Oh no, let's have this one. What's this one like? Oh, I like that one. It's quite nice. These texture stamps are, I think this is the best set that Phil's done so far. Don't forget you can also use the texture sets that Phil's bought out in the past. They will work as well. Let's try this big circle. Let's go up there. Liking that. I'm going to have some more down here. Just do that. I'm going for filling in every single bit of all the gaps. Just because I want to and because I can. That's a cool one. Let's have one so you can see it. If you haven't got these, you need this in your life. These in your life. I'll tell you what we'll do now. Let's step away from the textures and we'll go for the postmarks. Hi, Karen. Yeah, but you're not. Phil's saying he's multitasking. Who says men can't multitask? Phil, you're no ordinary man now, are you? You're a machine. That's what you are. Oh, now I love this one. This is my absolute favourite. I've got to see if we can get this one in somewhere. I should have thought about this one before because it's my favourite. So where are we going to put this one? Let's have it coming in over here. So it's layering. Of course you can do lots of different colours if you want to, but we're just going for the... Oh, that layers up beautifully. Fabulous. Let's have another one. here. Fabulous. So Caroline, have you ordered them from me or have you ordered them from Mr. M? Just asking. I know you normally order from me. Right, so let's just fill in this little gap here because I have got a gap. So we'll have a postmark. Let's have this one. He's busy, Bev. That's probably why he didn't remind you. He's busy prepping for Tuesday. Don't know which way up this is, so we better check which way up it's got to go because it'd be really annoying. Actually, I can tell when it's inked. Made in Great Britain. That fits, doesn't it? Right, I think that's stamped within an inch of its life. So, right. Remember, I have no idea what card this is that I'm working on because this is kind of just a we'll just do this. It's not as thick as Mr. M's card, so it's just, you know, one I've found and I'm tidying up. So that's your postmarks. So if it's going in my happy planner, which it is, I do need a bit of colour on it though because it looks a bit boring. So I'm not sure how this card's going to take colour, but we'll get the towel out. The mucky towel. And we just give it some colour. I am quite liking, I'm in the distress stains, if I can speak, bit. So this is Speckled Egg, and it's really lovely because it's oh, hang on, I just spotted a question. Right, news on your move. Yes, Di, with the solicitors, just waiting. That's all I'm doing. Don't share the love with Mr. M. I need more love. So we're going Speckled Egg Distressed Stain, and it's a lovely kind of grey blue. And as I showed you last time when I did it, it's really weird because although I've not used an embossing folder, embossing powder rather, it kind of resists the lines a wee bit, which is a little bit weird. But I'm actually really liking that. I was going to put another colour in there, but shall I? Yeah, let's do that. Let's take Salvage Patina. That works really well with it. So we'll just have a little bit of that as well. And that's all I'm going to do. Because I want to be able to write on it, because it's going to go in my happy planner. It might be a list of books. It might just be a note to go on. But I've got loads of area there that I can actually write on. So we're going to put that aside to dry. And then we're going to do something else. Okie dokie. Let's move. In fact, no, we keep this actually, because what I've got is some. This is actually on Sentimentally Yours paper. So I've got a few more of these that I can actually miss. So this is the watercolor card. So we've got the other 3 designs in those slips here. Put that away in a minute. So we've got Peaceful. That's that one. Then we've got I don't know the names. Calmness, which is that one. And then we've got Tranquility, which is that one. So I've stamped all those out. And we're going to just add some different colours of the distress stains to this. So on this one, we're going to pop a bit of saltwater taffy. So there's no mica in these, so they're just dye based inks, so you don't need to shake them or anything like that. And this is a lovely pale colour. again, you can see, I mean, I stamped these a few weeks ago when we were actually launching the collection, and so it's still kind of resisting a little bit. And we're going to put a little bit of kitchen flamingo with this one, which is the pink. If you want to move it around a bit, then you can actually hit it with some water, and that will move it a little bit and obviously dilute it, which is quite nice. Especially when you bash the camera. There's a camera bash for today. Especially when you're dealing with stronger colours, it kind of dilutes them a little bit. It will stain your fingers a bit. Look, it's resisted there. I don't want that to resist. Let's take a little bit of salt water taffy and pop that on there. Right. And I do have all the colours I'm going to use. I do have in stock, and I have a few others as well. So if you like your stains, and unlike the oxides, they're not opaque, they're see-through, so you can see all your line art underneath, which I really like. So this one's going to be a bit darker, so we're going to go for Villainous Potion and Uncharted Mariner. So this is going to be quite dark. See, Villainous Potion is very dark. Don't panic. A bit of Uncharted Mariner. I do tend to clean off the nozzle just as I put it away, and then we're going to lighten this up by giving it a really good mist, get it to move. And this is the point where you really want another piece of card, so you can pick up some excess ink off of it rather than waste it. See how it lightens? A little bit for my sentiment. That's lightened it quite nicely, hasn't it? Rather than waste it, we've got this that we can work on now. And then finally we do the last one. I have got a proper mat down here, it's not just going on my floor. This is our Calmness. So I wonder why people like this one. Weathered wood is a lovely colour. You can't get, unfortunately, you can't get, or I can't get hold of distress strains in everything. The distributor in this country, one of the distributors only does the most recent colours, and the other one only has a selection of the old colours, which is really frustrating because I wanted a Twisted Citron and they haven't got one. So we're going to go for on this one, we're going to go for Kit Flamingo again, but this time we're going to go for Crackling Campfire, which is a darker colour. Much darker, great for autumn makes. I do like Kit Flamingo, it's a lovely pink. Oh, bash again, there's two bashes today, I'm treating you. Where's my what's it gone? I've thrown my what's it thingy. Oh, I'll use this one. So I'm just moving it around and lightening it up a bit. See if I want it that dark. Because you can get some drips going, and they go along the lines, which is quite interesting. Let's dab some of that off. I don't want it that dark. There we go. Let's have a bit more pink though. This card just takes so much water and so much liquid, it's brilliant. Okay, so those are there ready to work on. But in good old Blue Peter fashion, I've got some that are dry. So for these, what I've what I've done is I'm going to make my own notebook with them, and I've used a couple of Studio Light dies. I think I showed these last week, so I've used these. So for this one, I've taken, have I taken this over? Right, yes, no, yes. So I've taken this one is, they're for the tall journals, but they can go in the small one. This is CD 109. I have these in stock, do have them. And so you can obviously use a hole punch if you wanted to, but then you've got to get the holes all in the same place. But obviously using a die you can figure out, and they can get in the same place. You could actually use this one here and any of the edges from Sentimentally Yours, so you don't have to use the edges that come in here, or you can use the edges in here and some of them, so mix them up and make yourself a really good notebook. But you can see that I've put mine in there, and I've used this edge for that one. So that's the Kitsch Flamingo and the Crackling Campfire. Then for this one, I've used this set, so all the rest from this set. This is CD 110. You can see all the different edges that you get with this. And that's the star one. And this is the one that's got, it's actually got Uncharted, Marinette and Speckled Egg on that one actually. And it's not embossed, but it just looks really cool. That's that one. And then this one is the Speckled Egg and the Salvage Patina. And this one is this crinkly edge here. Oh, so that one is that one, this one. And that one is that one there. And then finally, this is your Peaceful, and this is the Salvage Patina and the Kitsch Flamingo, and this is this edge here, and this has got stitching on it. So those are my pages for my notebook. And I've got, out of the Sentimentally Yours craft card, I've just cut something that's slightly bigger, and again I've cut the holes in, and this is going to be my cover. So this is going to go in here like that, like that, and then I've got some woodware, that one, 19mm, so the smallest little book rings, and they're going to go in there. So obviously I do more pages than this, but because they're book rings, you can actually take things out and move things around exactly where you want to. Yes, Avril, you can get oxide sprays as well, but as I said before, I prefer to use the Distress spray stains with this, because the oxides are opaque, whereas the Distress stains aren't. They're just dye, and the oxides are dye and pigment. So those are my pages. I probably won't actually do very much with them. So let's actually do the cover, or do one of the covers, because I might do front and back. So let's do something on here. Let's get rid of this one. Yeah, Alice, so, I mean, I would recommend that just be careful. So either spray in a box, or obviously, because I haven't got room to put a box on my desk when I'm showing you, I just grab an old towel, as you saw, and I just do it on the towel. Just be careful that you've not got anything that's valuable around, so keep everything away. And I do tend to spray quite close so that it doesn't go all over the place. In fact, you get more of a mess if you're splatting than if you actually spray. That's what I've discovered anyway. Right, so let's, I'm thinking what I'll do is actually get some, I think I might stamp and emboss this. I don't normally like to because I'm lazy. And I'm thinking I might go white embossing powder on the craft card. So let's see what it looks like. If it doesn't look any good, then it's a piece of card, isn't it? So you just cut it again, have another go. And because it's loose, it doesn't matter, does it? It makes no difference. Right, so let's get my anti-static bag. Yeah, I haven't got an apron on actually. I'm not very good at putting aprons on. I have destroyed a couple of tops recently, not with the distressed stains, but with some others. So anti-static, not always necessary because the Sentimentally Yours powders are anti-static, but it's a good habit to be in. So obviously I made my notebook just a little bit bigger than A6, so you know this is like a quarter of, well, it is A6, it's a quarter of an A5 piece of card. So obviously one piece of A5 card means 4 images, doesn't it? And I've just made the front cover a little bit bigger. So on the front cover, let's go for let's go for Calmness then, seeing as a lot of you like this one. I think with this one I probably won't extend it. It's not going to fit very well, is it? Hang on, let me move it out of the corner and I'm going to put it on line 2. Oh, excuse me. I'm not meant to look at those stamps. Hang on. What am I like? There'll be eagle-eyed people there thinking, oh, what's she got on there? Let me just rewind and have a look. And then I'm in trouble. I need to get some more of these. I might stock of these. Be one of my jobs next week, along with my end of year accounts and my end of that quarter, etc, etc. There we go. Clean. Right, let's put it on the line 2 and 1, and then get my magnets in. So we're doing Versamark. We're rendering actually embossing ink, so it's a clear sticky ink. It's not a glue. Full chemical safety. Absolutely don't need to. Just don't wear your best brand new white shirt or t-shirt. I mean, Phil doesn't wear an apron, and you know how he doesn't like to get messy, so if he's spraying with the oxide sprays, then you're going to be all right, aren't you? Right, inking it with 1 inch of its life. We both Phil and I stock Versamark, so you'll find Versamarks on our websites. Press, and because it's Versamark I can't actually see where it is. I'm just going to go again, just as a bit of an insurance purpose. Yeah, insurance. Okay, and then we're going to get the powder on. So we're going for white, the pure white, Sentimentally Yours pure white. Super fine embossing powder, so you do want a really good quality embossing powder. Just check I've got white rather than clear, especially when you're dealing with a dirty ink powder like I've got. The problem with VersaFine is that if you don't actually clean your stamps, which I might not do, then the ink transfers to the ink pad. It pulls the ink off the stamp that's been left on there, which is a little bit annoying. And do remember, because you can actually stamp with your watercolour pens, do not under any circumstances put your pens on top of Versamark that's left on a stamp, because it will destroy your pen. So make sure if you've used Versamark on a stamp that you clean your stamp before you use your pen on it. You know me, I'm a top girl. I like heating from above. So the stamps are very forgiving. So if you've got any extra splats or, you know, powder where it shouldn't be, you can't tell, because they're quite grungy stamps. They're detailed but grungy. They're pretty grunge, because that's what Phil does. Oh. See here, I'm not sure whether that's on the stamp. It isn't. Oh, you're there. So here I've got an extra bit of powder. I didn't wipe it off there. I didn't wipe it off because I thought it was all right as it was, but you can't tell because that's part of. It looks like it's part of the stamp. It's really cool, isn't it? Right, so let's add a little bit to this. Now, I had a thought in my mind and the thing's just gone completely as to what. Oh yes, I know. It's come back again. We're all right. Honestly, my brain. Where is it today? Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, let's grab some stencils. I think I might give it a bit of a spritz actually. So let's see if I've got any oxides that are accessible. If I go for a dye-based ink onto craft card, it won't show up. So what have I got? I've got wild honey accessible. I've got a big box of them somewhere, but well, I know where it is, but it's not very accessible. Saltwater taffy, I do like that colour. And I've got crackling campfire. Let's go for these two though, wild honey and saltwater taffy. So I do have, like Phil, I do have all the oxides available. Now, like I say, I'm going for oxides rather than the distress stain, because I am going on to craft card. The distress stain will work, but it won't be as obvious. The embossing powder will resist the oxide, hopefully. It should do. So giving it, remember it's got, it's got ball, they've got ball bearings in them, and you need to give them a bit of a shake. I'm just wondering whether to draw actually with them. Yeah, let's do this one instead. So I didn't need to do that so much. Let's do this. So let's mist with water. First, and let's do a bit of drawing with them, which is a technique that I normally do on a clean piece of card. I don't know whether this will work as well, but if you don't want to spray, it's a clean way of using the sprays. Wild honey. can hear the embossing powder. I'm not sure if normally you get a trail where you've got the tubes, you get a bit of a trail. So let's just, where's my other cover? Let's just give it another mist. And we can now put the other cover on top. And press in, and then you get twofer. Let's get some of that moving. So the back, now the back's got colour on it as well, so we don't have to bother colouring in the back. Win-win. Not vibrant, not like it would be if it was on regular card, but we've got some colour on there. Okay. I do want it to be dry though, because I want to work on it. So what we'll do is we just put it to one side while we work on one of the pages. So I want to do some stencil work on there. Or we could do stencil work on the pages. Or we could do both. So let's bring in one of the pages. And stencils. So let's see. I do like this one. This is one of my favourites. The gridlocked. Do you like this one? So let's just stick with distress. If I can find all my distress inks that I want to use. Let's go for this one. Everything's in a bit of a mess. Everything's not very accessible like it used to be. When I get my new craft room, it will be accessible. I probably still won't be able to find anything, but so we're going for Pick Raspberry, and we're just going to add some of the gridlocked into the background. Just a bit of interest. Let's go do some stencil work on this one as well. So we do this one, and we'll bring in, I need that other one, that full one, which I don't have any stock of. Oh, there's that one as well. Aren't you impressed? I managed to find what I want, what I was after. On this one, let's bring in water tapping instead. We'll find distress inks as well as distress oxides on my website. I should have all the distress inks in stock, including the mini kit 17, which is the one with the latest colours, aside from Uncharted Mariner, because that's not in a little 4 kit yet. And that's some of that going on. That's your mesh one. I think it's called Mesh Up. And this is our Serenity, which I do love this one. Let's use this. This is one of the new stencils from Indigo Blue, which was on their launch last week. That's Uncharted Mariner. Let's have this one. Not with that one. Actually, that one will go on that one. I'm looking for. I'm going to have that one on that one. Sorry. tin of blues and they're here. Let's go for a bit, oh no, peacock feathers, let's go for that. It's not really blue blue. Need some new brushes. What colour's this one got on it? I think we're good. I do have brushes in stock. This is a Crafts 2 one. And then I've got some of the Studio Light ones left. Not many. It's really nice, this dotty stencil. So this is an indigo blue one. I used one of Phil's stencils in my indigo blue demo last weekend, so I think I'm alright using indigo blue on the Phil one. They're mates anyway. Ah! Di, send them away. Di's got visitors. How rude. Shouldn't be so popular, Di, that's the problem. And then just a little bit of stencil work on this one. Actually. And we've used Uncharted Mariner on this one. So obviously we can still write on top of this. I don't want very much on this one at all down here. Okay, so it's just a bit of stencil work. Keep those out because I might want some of those in a minute. That's my washing up for later. Joy. Don't mind craft washing up, it's the other washing up I don't like. See how we're doing with my craft card. So let's pull these in again. So I've got a whole load of stuff that I've cut out. I'm not going to glue anything down. I'm not going to stick anything. I'm just giving you ideas. That's all I'm doing, right? So let's just take this one here. So obviously a lot of you know that I work with fairy hugs and I stock fairy hugs on my website. So just as a reminder, that's where I am. So this is a stamp, and this is from, obviously it's a stamp, it was a stamp. This is from a Layers Water Lily, if I can find her. Is that the one? A Layers Peruvian Lily. So this set comes with the little fairy, quite a big fairy actually, and then the flowers, and it's got a little bee in there as well. So if you wanted to add something to it, the fairies are a perfect thing to add to your little scene. So, but you could also have, if you wanted to, you could also have one of the wonderful wings coming in. So you could have one of the dragonflies coming in. I know it's quite big, but it doesn't matter. Or you could obviously stamp this bee coming in here. So a layer could be separate and the bee could be just stamped. So you could do that. We might do that in a minute. Or you could also have one of the butterflies on there. Remember, the fairies are going to be quite tiny, so there's no reason why you can't have a fairy that's smaller than the actual butterfly. But you know, that's going to look fab. We've also got, let's use one of the other ones. We've also got Fifi. Now Fifi actually comes with, she's quite dark there, isn't she? That is quite a dark one. Here. Fifi actually comes with a little, she comes with a dandelion stalk, and there's little dandelion seeds that come off, so you can have that coming off. And she also comes with a bubble blower as well, so she could be sat there. Obviously you can bring in sort of your sentiments in here if you wanted to. So we could have something like Be You. And don't forget, these could be an A6, so you could actually matte and layer and put these on a card. Sometimes you don't need to colour them in, sometimes they look absolutely fantastic as they are. So I say this is Fifi, and these sentiments are from the Inspired Trio Frame set. So, excuse me, that's Fifi. You've also got, let's bring her on here. You've also got a lovely Olivia, and Olivia is one of the fairies that likes to read books. So she could be sat underneath the flower reading away, and she, you know, you could bring in one of the dragonflies if you wanted to, and let's see. I haven't got many of these sentiments cut out. You just have love in here if you wanted to. If you wanted a word, say, that would be another page. There's plenty of space for you to write on here. So that's Olivia. And do I have another one? Do have another one as well. So let's put her on this one. See if this one is a little bit dark. You don't forget, when you're using Distress, you can actually move them around afterwards as well. If that's too bright, we can actually bring in some gesso, or we can just mist it and blot it off, and it will lighten it. So this is Camellia here. So she could be underneath there, and we've got like mini cats and mini foxes and mini owls and all sorts of mini animals. So she could be kind of talking to one of the mini ones. And we could have, I don't know, freedom to create. I was thinking about putting this on the front cover actually, but she could have a mini animal there, or it could be again a dragonfly that's just flying into a, obviously I'm only going with what I've cut out here. So there's an idea that can go in there. You can make some really nice pages with these particular you know, mixing and matching. So use your edges, use your I mean, this could go in a happy planner. So if you haven't got the Studio Light dies, but you have got a happy planner, use the happy planner punch that out. And you know, you could tear your edge, you don't have to die cut your edge if you don't want to, like that. And the final fairy I've got cut out is actually Krista, and I did actually this is from Krista's mum, and this is from Chrysanthemum, as you'd expect. And so this is a rather absolutely beautiful set. So you've got two of the chrysanthemums, and then you've got lovely Krista. With the flower fairies from Fairy Hugs, their skirts reflect the flowers that they're actually with. So she can be sat there at the bottom of the page, and she could be having like sparkle dust. You could use actually from the textures set. You could bring in, where is it? Textures, where have you gone? Just used you, so I know you're there. There you are. So you could bring in, oh, those are stars. I didn't realise there were stars at the bottom. Right, look. Here's my block. She's going to sit like that, so we could have stars floating above her like that. Let me hold that up. That works, doesn't it? Happy with that. So I do like the fact that the different brands work together. Because, I mean, not everybody just buys one brand, and it does mean that you get more value for money out of both brands by actually mixing and matching them. I know it's not always possible, especially when you're doing alive for somebody, but I'm doing this one for me. So that works. So we could have just have the live sentiment coming in on there. Could be anywhere you like. It could be actually on the flower if you like. These sentiments, because the Trio Frame sentiments have got the box around them, it's very easy to use the box and use the lines on here to actually line them up so that they're nice and straight. So that kind of works. So obviously you mix and match your wings. I mean, we've also got, I think she's going to go on there in a minute actually, because I've given her that. We've also got the tickets and things, so you can bring some of these in. So I've also got these cut out that I found. This is a funky shroom. There are 3 funky shrooms in the Fairy Hugs catalogue. So we could have a funky shroom there. In fact, no, let's bring it perhaps on this one. No, I do like it with that one actually. This is the thing, if you've got them all cut out, you can mix and match. So obviously I'd colour that in, so that's a funky shroom, so we can bring that in. We can also have one of the butterflies coming in. And don't forget that you can take the pen that comes in the postmark set and you can change that up and have that as a body. That's a bit big for that one. But if we had this one instead, I'd cut the antennae off. And you could have that coming in there like that, and that makes a fantastic page. You can add some tickets in there as well. You know, they don't have to necessarily be ones that you actually write on, because that they can be prompts for when you make bigger cards, or if you do bigger journal pages or things like that. So they don't have to necessarily be you know, you can something that you actually are going to write on. They can be a journal prompt journal. So you can even have a hand pointing to the funky shroom. So what's that chap doing on this page? That's not a Sentimentally Yours stamp. Look at it. Lots of fun, lots of fun. I've also got, you could see, you could have, I wonder if you could have them on the side. I wonder if that would work on its side. Perhaps not, perhaps not. I've also got some gnomes here. These are musical gnomes, so they all play, obviously, musical instruments. Actually, I've only got 2. There's a 3rd one. So we could have, definitely have the hand. Where's the hand gone? There it is. Pointing to the fiddler. Let's have him up there a bit. Don't want to interfere with the flower. Let's have it there. So he's pointing to the gnome there. And we want art. We could have art up there like that. Even bring in a love down there if you wanted to. So obviously mix and match, like I said. I mean, I'll say the same thing again and again, because you just kind of mess about and just have lots and lots of fun. So you can imagine, can't you? I've only got 4 pages here, so if you keep on doing them, and you can use that that stamp that I used to extend it to make your own page. So you could use this stamp here and actually make your own page, and you can bring in the other wildflowers from the, because there's a couple that of sizes and the leaves that aren't actually on individual ones, and you can use those, or you can have just make a page with boxes if you want to. So you don't have to all have the A6 in there, but it just, isn't it fun? I just think I love doing things like this. So obviously you kind of do it all together, and then we'll stick it in our cover. So let's get our cover. Where is it? Here it is. It's a little bit on the damp side and it's a little bit bent. So what I would do is, I've got MDF under here, which I showed you when I revealed. So we can actually kind of flatten it out, so it's not a problem. So let's add a little bit more colour to this. And we did, what did we do? We did wild honey and saltwater taffy, didn't we? So let's see if we can stick to the same kind of colours. Oh, I've got Kitsch Flamingo. That'll work. I haven't got any oranges. I don't know where all my oranges have gone. I think I have. Oh, I've got some here as well. Oh, there's saltwater taffy. I'm going for oxides now. We just do these two because I have them. And we need sponges instead. Caroline, oh, you've swapped over, have you? Caroline swapped over to YouTube. And Kitsch Flamingo. I don't know what happened to, I had a big bag of sponges with every colour of Distress Oxide in them. Do you think I can find that bag? Obviously it's quite a significant bag, so I shouldn't really lose it, should I? Because it's quite a lot. I know, Jean, this is Jean's favourite stencil. She loves this stencil. This is your Leafy Cascade from Mr. M. So, as before, we're just going to stencil over the top. And then we're bringing a little bit down here. And I'm using the oxide because it'll show up more on the craft card. And then let's go for this one again. The little dots. Oh, I've got something else. Yeah, I don't want snowflakes. Oh, I bet I know what I have got in here. This is quite a cool one. This is an indigo blue one. I think that's going to be a bit too big, but that's a really cool one. We do have that in stock. And we have this one as well. I have that one. That's really cool as well. That's the Cox one. I have that one as well. Let's use this one with saltwater taffy. Take this one up. I've got loads of handles somewhere as well. I know I've got all my picket fence on it. Let's put that back in the thing. So obviously anything that I'm not posting links for because I haven't got my laptop up open at the moment because there's not room. There isn't room. Yes, so just go and search in brands. So indigo blue, there's an indigo blue section. Obviously there's a Sentimentally Yours section. There's a Fairy Hugs section. And remember that with Fairy Hugs, I'm the only UK stockist. So they're on the telly sometimes, but not very often. And I have them in stock and they get sent out straight away. I'm just adding some of this lovely cogs to the corner. This looks great in the centre of a page. Let's add a little bit here as well. More washing up. Yay. I love washing up. Not. Okay. I'm not worried. I know it's all bendy, but it'll be all right. Don't worry. And I am keen to add some more detail to this as well. So what we can do is take some different colours of VersaFine Clair and just add a little bit more. Let's go into my... Do I want my stamping platform? No, I don't need my stamping platform. I won't plan it on. Right, so if we're sticking with these kind of colours, we can take some charming pink, and maybe there are little VersaFines as well, which are really handy to have. Maybe being Purple Delight, so that's like a pale purple. Saltwater taffy. I think he's kind of restricted Jean. Jean's saying she wishes Phil would bring a luster card out in saltwater taffy. I mean, obviously saltwater taffy is a distress colour, and Ranger has the kind of licence on that colour because it's their colour. But obviously Phil brings out things that kind of coordinate nicely. But he's restricted with what's available. Now these might end up being different colours to what I stamped with, because obviously I don't clean my stamps properly, and so it might be interesting to see what happens with this. Well, it will be interesting. There's no mice about it. So let's use our piece of paper so I don't have to clean up too much. It normally only happens when you do the second one. Let's bring in some circles down there. I like my circles. And let's do what we're supposed to. We're supposed to work in threes. I'm not going to go overboard with this. Not like I did before. I'll show you. That one's dry now, so I'll show you that one in a bit. Morning, Sandy. Right, so put that one away, and we'll just add a little bit more of decisions. This is the thing. It's very difficult deciding what to use. I do like that splat. Let's big blue one. I do like this one as well. This kind of snow one. Remember, this is our front cover. So, hi Edith and Vanessa. Liquidized prawn. What? Jean's just trying to come out with a different name of something that might be saltwater taffy, but it isn't. I don't actually think there's going to be much demand for a card that's called liquidized prawn. I worry about you sometimes, Jean. What are you like? Oh dear, oh dear. Right. So we just finish off with a couple of postmarks. Everything's drying nicely on my mat. Sorry about the noise. Let's have this one. Wiggly line. It's again a texture, isn't it? It's a postmark, but it's a texture. And this is the Purple Delight, which is the darker one. So hopefully you can see the difference between, so that's Purple Delight and that's your Charming Pink. Obviously they're looking different because they're on craft card. I think I've just swiped my finger through that. Yeah, I have. My fingers. I'd have a fit. Let's go across that there like that. I only want one of those. Oh. And we'll have a couple of postmarks, and then we'll add our sentiment, and then the cover will be done. That's that one. And I do like, let's have that one. I like a lot of them. The problem is choosing which one to use, actually, to be honest. Around that way. I like using a longer block for some of these small stamps. Obviously you can use your acrylic circles. Do have those in stock. Oh, it's got to go that way up. You watch, I'll do these and then I'll realise I want to put my sentiment there. Pretty Prawn. I don't think Pretty Prawn's gonna be it, really. I don't think that. I don't think prawn should be necessarily something that you actually name a colour after, to be honest. Do you know, I might stop there. I don't think I want to put another one on. No, I'm going to just stop there. Otherwise I'll go on forever. And we're already an hour and 17. And I've got lots to do today, as usual. Right. Not to mention how much washing up I've got to do now. Still, the stencils don't take long. You just run them under a tap and dry them off, and you're good. Right, so obviously this needs to flatten, but what we would do is, I wanted to have, where's my sentiments gone? I can add some tickets on here, actually. And I was going to have freedom to where's my create? There it is. I was going to have freedom to create art as my title. And have some tickets down there like so. I don't want to have that there. But obviously we've got borders on these trio frames. So if we take a bit of what my kitsch from me. Oh, I bet you my kitsch from me I'll put away, because I know I've got, talking to myself, I know I've got my little one. So a bit of picked raspberry. This is regular distress. And a water brush. Where are your water brushes when you want them? Has it got water in it? That's the question. That's the one I want. Okie dokie. So we just colour in around the edge of this. It has got water in it. So I want to go get that nice and fine. Obviously you can use your watercolour blending brush pens as well, which are finer than this brush. outside the lines. I struggle to see. And you could put these on another piece of card, so you mat and layer onto another, cut them out again, and then you've got another another frame. I've cut them out with a little border, so my trios are already 4 frames, so they're quattro frames. It's just nice to add a little bit of colour, if you can see properly, which I can't. It's alright, it's a bit grungy anyway. Right, so there's my frame. Clean that off. Lid. Get that on there. Let's get the tickets on first. I do like prawns though, I have to say. Jean's on one now. She's saying that a special perfumed range of cards. I don't think so. Not with seafood. I don't think Phil will go for that somehow. So tickets. Did I do that one at the bottom? I can't remember. It's just going on any up down. There's a freedom 2. So you can use the lines to kind of put it on straight. And we've got create. And art. And then obviously I'm going to flatten that in a minute, but just so you get the idea. Got a little bit of colour in the back, not much. Again, that needs to be flattened. So obviously that's all going to go together, and then all we do is just take the 19mm book rings, which are very inexpensive. I know Jean bought some last week, didn't you, Jean? Let's put that through there first so we can find the hole. Obviously I'll take these off again when we what have I done with that? Take this off again when we stick it together. So you have your little book in there with all your different bits and pieces, and you know, nice little gift to have. That's an idea. I'm going to put these under here to flatten them actually, if I can. And then we're going to just look at just a couple of other things that are another couple of ideas for you. That'll flatten that. So what we did at the top of the hour was expanding this one. So that one's all ready to do kind of similar things to it if I want to. And then if you've got your happy planner, it's just going to slot in there. And that's good to go in your happy planner. And another thing, I'll just show you these other ones that are dry, just so you can see them. These have got to be flattened out. So these are the ones that I sprayed earlier. So just a reminder, that's Kitsch Flamingo and Crackling Campfire. That's Saltwater Taffy and Kitsch Flamingo. And that's Villainous Potion and Uncharted Mariner. So those are going to get flattened as well in the flattening pile. Just a bit of MDF I've got underneath there. And also, have you thought about creating tags from your A6 stamps? Which planner have you got there, Julie? Oh, that was a happy planner. It's a happy planner. It's just a notebook, one of the small notebooks. Okay, so yeah, so I've used here, this is a Studio Light die, which you can't get anymore. This one is CD 104, so if you're looking for it, it's called Oriental Tags. I really love these, and I'm not ever gonna get rid of those. And you get little rings as well. So obviously I've popped my die on my A6, so I've used this one here, which is the middle size, and let's get one here. Underneath here for now. So you can see that that's going to line up on the edge like that, and you can die cut it. And these come with backers as well, so obviously I've cut my backer out, and so that's going to be a great thing to have as for a bookmark. You could note down the books that you're reading, or what page number you're on if you want to. So that would work really well. I mean, I just love it black and white, actually. That looks fantastic, doesn't it, like that? So you could do that. Also, I mean, actually you can't get these anymore unless you find one second hand somewhere, or some shops got it. There are 4 different ones. What I do have though, I mean, obviously Phil does tags as well, but again, there might not be many of those left. There's also this one. I do have this in stock. This is Shabby Basics Tattered Tags. This is from Sam Poole at Creative Expressions. Now if you wanted to have this huge one here, this is too big for the A6 piece card I've got there, but if we go into that one that I've just popped into my happy planner, where's it gone? Here it is. You can see once you extend it, that's going to make a fab tag like that. That's the biggest one, but of course you can go down to the smaller ones. Again, this comes with reinforcers in, so you could go down to this one and you could just cut a tag out of there. And again, you could put your list of books you read and what page you're on, etc, etc in there. So that's all I'm going to do today. I know I've not really stuck anything together and not really completed anything, but I wanted to give you lots and lots of ideas and explore the potential of the Notebook Botanicals A6 stamps in particular, but obviously the textures, the postmarks and all the other add-ons do extend the actual A6s into a bigger size if you want to. So I just wanted to really explore that and just show you that you don't have to put them on cards if you don't want to, and not to be frightened of making other things with them, because sometimes we're in a bit of a rut and we think, oh, I only make cards. And how would I use those on things that aren't cards? So hopefully you've got lots of ideas now, and you'll go away and within the Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours group, you can share your makes. Don't forget that if you missed the beginning, or if you ever want to watch any of this back, you can watch it over on my YouTube channel. Anytime it will be on there. It doesn't necessarily go on immediately. They have to do a little bit to them before they go live. If you're not already a subscriber on my YouTube channel, please do subscribe and like and comment on a video, because otherwise YouTube sometimes thinks you're spam if there's lots of people join all at once. I really do appreciate that. And obviously on Facebook you'll find me at Julia Watts Crafts, and my website is there. And so don't forget, there's also on YouTube, there's the Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours Facebook YouTube, let's get this right, On Facebook, there's Crafting with Phil Martin Sentimentally Yours Facebook group. There's also the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. So you've got lots of information going on there. Also on YouTube, you've got the Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours channel as well. So please do subscribe and like and comment on that one. We're small companies, and just like with Indigo Blue as well, we do appreciate your support. And hopefully I'll be live again next Sunday at 11 AM, and I'll see you then.